how we are detaching the influence of Prakriti, influence of gunas, sentient, static forces, all the forces, and going back to that same supreme consciousness. This is the main whole topics in the gist of the stories. But I cannot explain all these things because just what I read once, I remember, I can explain how it happened, what Baba wants to say with this in these topics. There, Baba is telling that that supreme consciousness which he desired, and desired because he was in the stage of non-coincidental state. There is no creation. Prakriti operating principle was there, but it was not created. Nirguna stage. So until he desired, operating principle is not function. So when he desired, the operating principles is functioning, and slowly all the creation started from this Sogno Brahma with these principles. And then came Purushottama, which is nucleus of all this controller of this Sogno Brahma. Then slowly that influence of Prakriti, and then it comes in different sentient big forms. And then with the forces creates the cosmic mind. And for cosmic mind, how is manifested this world? Ethereal factor, aerial factor, luminous, liquid, all the factors. This is the creation. Now question is, now it's very difficult to understand that for human mind, that supreme consciousness, because he is so certain. Even Baba is mentioning here, even the ether, it is we know these five fundamental factors: ethereal, aerial, luminous, liquid, and solid. So ethereal factor is the subtlest factor. This ethereal factor, even we cannot see it, we cannot perceive it. We can perceive with this we can frequency with the some ideas, some the material machines. We can see with the frequency how ether function. Then we believe how now whole world we see, everything you see through ether they are communicating. Whatever you see, seeing, all this thing, sound is coming because ether carries sound. So with this sound, we know this ether is there. But all the factors, luminous, all the factors, and this ethereal, luminous, liquid and solid, we can see it with our own eyes, with the organs. So that's why Baba mentioned, we cannot see the ethereal, but there is behind of this ethereal factor. Who creates the ethereal factor? Ethereal factor does not come suddenly. How this mind comes? Even mind cannot see which is in the material world, even in the atom and molecules, electron, proton, we cannot see it with the eyes, but we cannot, mind cannot think even. But mind can see through our microscope, through that subtle microscope, they can see that there is atom molecules are functioning, and that function we can understand that there is something behind this, some energy is functioning. That's why science is developed. Energy is there because that's why science says the energy is, everything is energy coming, everything is created from energy. They don't believe supreme consciousness. Science, modern science, they don't believe supreme consciousness. They believe the energy is everything. So this energy is created all these things. That's why even within the matter is nothing, they mention there is a bottle of energy, is full of energy. So whole universe is full of energy. But Baba mentioned, no, this energy is something, but something never comes from nothing. From nothing it cannot come. There is something behind. There is no wishes, no desire, or no consciousness there. Energy cannot function. You have energy, I have physical energy, psychic energy. it cannot function without our thoughts, our desire, or without our conscience. So there is conscience there. So this is the way it functioning. This is the way the whole world, that spirituality started from this point, when they cannot give answer. All this whatever we see in the material world, the people think there is something behind all this energy, power. Now we see even atom we cannot see, molecule we cannot see, but what is the atom molecule? Atom molecule, our mention here, when any matter, they break it. When they break and to go into such a stage, after that stage, that atom, they convert it into energy. And that conversion of energy, there is some nucleus and is moving like this. So atomic, they have also a nucleus with this. And molecule also they have proton, cytron, they have also
protons, electrons and things like that.
So whole universe is moving, nothing is stagnant. So thing is, Baba mentioned that this universe, how you know this is supreme consciousness. That is the desire of the human being, is coming afterwards, is the process of evolution. Because there's energy which is come, it is two forces, centripetal and centrifugal. Every matter there is centripetal, centrifugal. These two forces called bala. And when is one force, centripetal force, is going more, is powdered down. It become very more subtle stuff. Life, we can say ball of energy force. When centripetal force goes, then it burst out, explode. So this is the explosion. What is that? We see earthquake, this, that. It is the exploding of two forces, internal and external forces. So from that time, how the Baba is mentioning, before that, how within the centripetal force, where is the move, that force, when it's powdered down, break down, that time, that unicellular body, that's called life, they entered the life. Without life, energy is there, but thoughts are there. The supreme, it is a crudified factor, it's very crude stage. In this unicellular, then multicellular, converted to multicellular, and then clash and cohesion, physical clash and cohesion, they expand. The one is called chitta, In the beginning it forms a chitta. And it multicellular converted into clash and cohesion. That is the way the evolution started. One is physical clash, then when it develops, then it comes psychic clash. And when psychic clash comes, then is some attraction. So when is the attraction is coming, through the attraction is moving towards that entity, that supreme entity of consciousness, supreme consciousness. Now this process, in this process of evolution, the unit level, the consciousness, because the development when the forming, the evolution started and detaching. There is the theory that detaching means the evolution, detaching from the crude factor and moving towards that subtlety, moving towards that entity, supreme entity. Then evolution, how evolution started from unicellular to multicellular. It took millions of years to come this way in the human being. To get this human being, human body and his mind, it takes millions of years, billions of, I think 8,000 million years from this insect to human being. So this is the evolution. So question where now Baba is mentioning here, because it is Baba very psychologically mentioning, because topic, the whole philosophy Baba explained in different way. That in this way, how we can reach that level, because it is a hidden, Baba told it is hidden within your mind, within everywhere, because it is not born, it is not that entity, it is remain everywhere. Like we say Atma, Paramatma, that entity is lying everywhere. That constant. He will never die, he is a immortal. He remain everywhere. But how human being can reach that level? So that's why when human being evolve, So there is process is going on. So in this process, the evolutionary process, human being try to get that level in the process when human being develop in psychic level. So they try to develop. Baba mentioning here that there is many ways to get them. There is Baba Ananda Marga philosophy. Baba mentioning there is two way to move forward to realize that entity. One is Vedic process and this tantric process. One is Vedic system. Vedic system, they based on worshipping and they pointing their goal is Om. This is the Om, the Vedic system there. So Baba was explaining what is the Om, what is the Vedic system, how it performs, all this process. So in Vedic system, when they worship, they keep all the material thing. All the material, paddy, all these like leaves and these, coconuts, these so many things, they put it to everything. And with the material thing, they keep it. But behind that, there is this rice there, there is money is there. So there is behind this somebody is, we introduce this thing just to get something from out of that for this worshiping. So there is Brahmin sentiment is there, Brahmin influence is there. So anyway, there are different way they try to do it this thing. And so this way, when your mind is obsessed with this physical thing, mind will be so that. When you think something, it will become so that. Mind, it is not process evolution. It is going back to physical level. Second thing, when their goal is merge with the Om. Baba mentioned Om word is Om, generator, operator, and gestator, which is the first expression of this creation, because the sound is the expression of the creation of cosmic thoughts. So this sound, when it comes to this particular point where it expresses from the triangle of Prakriti.
Yeah.
So when it expresses that entity, so that Om, generator, operator, and destructor, when there is generator, operator, and destructor, it is related with, thoughts are related with the physicality. So it should not be our goal, because we are moving towards that entity, so consciousness. We are not moving towards this sound wave. And sound wave, and Baba also mentioned once, this sound wave, when you inculcate yourself with the ideation, that should not be more than 2 syllables. That idea has to be universal, idea related with the cosmic thought, cosmic ideation. So this sound has Om, that is not the mantric wave. It cannot pronounce in the mantric with your with your inhale and exhale. It cannot pronounce properly. So Baba, that's why Baba, your object, your thought of object should not be in that which is goes towards the this physicality or ideation is physical level. So it go beyond of this ideation. So in that case, Baba mentioned that our process should be on the process of tantric process, and in tantric process, Baba mentioned we have to follow this Ashtanga Yoga Sadhana. Is very Baba mentioning very subtle way how we can move forward. So Ashtanga Yoga Sadhana is a process of purifying ourselves and unify your waves, your thoughts, one with that supreme consciousness. What we are doing, we are whole process of our Ashtanga Yoga, Jam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara. It is the process of purification. How you purify your body, how you purify your mind, and your how you purify your thinking, mind, thought, and how to reach your goal with your ideation, one with that entity. And because that entity, when you cannot that, what is that entity? That entity, it is not our capacity. Our mind has that, we don't have that capacity of mind can think that one. You will become so that you will become the same, because it is a very subtle, it is a infinite flow is there, and it is a, what is called, it is a blissful stage. You cannot express, you cannot think even. So in this Jomoniyama, or what is the model principles, and also these our, which will create our mental environment or physical and physical, purify the physical existence, and with the physical and psychic you can think that, and otherwise it is not possible to reach that level to in supreme consciousness. So in that case, I'm not going to explain in the Jomoniyama all these things, because it is, everybody knows it. We will make it very short. But to understand that supreme consciousness, we need proper guide. Many people, they have so many goes here and there, Baba was mentioning here and there we go, and we do worship and pray, and whatever we say, we listen, and after that we follow them. But you need proper guide, we need proper guru. That which guru will give you emancipation, will give liberate you. That Baba told how we'll do it with the proper guru, the ideal, or this Mahasad-guru. Baba did not mention in this here, the Mahasad-guru, but he will proper your preceptor who is guide you, proper guide. So when you reach that level, then there is Baba mentioning here a stage of that, the goal of your life, whether mukti or moksha. You know, where is it getting mukti or moksha? So in that stage, in the stage of mukti, when mind will merge with this Soguna stage, and where the principle operating principle is there, it is not dissolved, it is not finished, there is still there. And but from that point to go to this Nirguna stage, that non-transcendental stage, that is the stage where the divine entity is there, that preceptor, that guru is, who is helping you, who will help you to. That's why Baba told, here is needs devotion. You know, whatever you practice, you can reach that level, but until have full devotion towards him, and you cannot reach that level. And with his grace, and finally, and you can go and that level of supreme conscious, that stage. So whole creation, Baba very shortly, what he explained in this, if you read something, sometimes it is confusing, because I was thinking how it works, you know. Then I thought how Baba is explaining. So it is the way he was explaining these whole topics, and it is the